We're from St. Pat's and I'm Tia and this is Nikki.
Hi, Nikki.
Great. And then Shannon, from what? Will you go ahead, Shannon, with your group for Paul?
Yeah, so we're from Waterford and this is Ewan and this is Neve. Can I say hi? Hi.
Hi, Ewan and Neve. Hello.
Shannon, will you do your group?
So I'm Shannon, this is Shannon and Darren.
Hello, hi Shannon, Darren, and...
Hi.
And Shannon, what school are you from?
Oh yeah, we're from the Gale School.
Brilliant.
It is great. Stephen, you're next. Anya and Stephen.
Hi, how's it going? I'm Stephen, this is Anya, and this is Oscar. We're having a few technical difficulties here at the moment.
Oh, I know all about that.
That's all right. Oscar can come back whenever he's ready. There's no hassle. Don't be worrying.
No problem.
Lauren, thanks, Stephen. Lauren, do you want to go next?
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lauren, and we have Caroline here, and we're from Arklow. Do you want to say your name?
I'm Aiden.
What's your name?
Harriet.
What's your name?
Isabel.
Hi, guys.
Oh, a big wave.
And then there's Katie down there as well, if Katie wants to go next.
Hi, I'm Katie. This is Amelia and we're from Holy Rosary.
Brilliant. Hi, Katie, and hi, Amelia.
Hi.
And we just, Paul, have another group joining there at the minute. So the next group, they're going to connect now. There's just two more schools. In the picture there is Sarah Kenny with her little doggy. She's one of the area managers, and there's myself, Amanda, one of the managers as well. And we have the Abbey School. If you would like to introduce yourself to Paul, please, and the children.
Hi, I'm Kirsty. This is Erin and Kyle.
Super. Hi, Kirsty, Aaron, and Kyle.
And then we have Trish there. Trish will be putting her camera on there in a minute. Oh, there she is. Trish, would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hi, this is Trisha and this is Blahin.
Hi, Trisha and Blahin.
Where are you from, Trish?
We're from Cork.
So, Paul, we're from all over the place.
Wow, that's fantastic. Absolutely, from every corner of Ireland. That's fantastic. And I'm Paul, and I'm from Meath, near Kells.
That's great. Thanks, Paul, and thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate that. Paul, can we fire away with some questions for you if you're ready?
Absolutely, ask away.
That's great. So, Tia, do you want to go first there from St. Patrick's with your question?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Nikki. Do you ever get attached to the dogs that come in?
Thanks for that question, Nikki. Yes is the answer. So my particular role in Dogs Trust is I'm on the education team. So I go around to different schools and organizations all around Ireland and communities and talk about dogs. So I'm not in the centre as much now, but before I was on the education team, I worked in the centre in Dublin. Can you just put your hands up if you've ever been to the centre in Dublin before? Put your hands up so I can see if any of you have been to the centre. Okay, I think we just have one person there. When the pandemic is over, you should all come and visit us. We're closed to the public at the moment. But I worked in the centre for 2 years and there are about 150 dogs there at any given time. And I absolutely got attached, Nikki. There was one dog there called Fern, who was kind of my baby. She was the dog. I would always walk her first every day. I would always try and give her dinner if it was possible. And we had a special bond. And she was in Dogs Trust for about 6 months. And the day she got a home was a strange day because I was so happy for her, because obviously it's great that she got a home, but it was a little sad for me too, because, you know, I was losing my buddy. I wasn't going to see her every day. But because she left, that meant there was a free kennel and we could take another dog in and we could find that dog a home. So it's very important when you work with dogs to try and understand that although you can fall in love with them and you can have the best of time with them, ultimately we have to try and get them a home. And Fern is much happier now in her new home than she was in well, she was happy in Dogs Trust, but she wanted a forever home. So does that answer your question, Nikki?
Yeah,
Brilliant.
thank you.
That's great. Thanks for that. Do you want to go ahead there in Waterford?
Yeah, so Neve has a question. And that's the question.
What would be the dog's favorite thing to do outside?
What would be the dog's favorite thing to do outside? Well, the thing about dogs is dogs are all different. So I'm just going to ask you guys a question. Hands up here who loves football. Okay, and hands up here who doesn't really like playing football. Okay, hands up here who loves to eat tomatoes. Hands up here who does not like eating tomatoes at all. Isn't that weird? We're all different. We all have different opinions and different things that we like, and dogs are just the same. So we have some dogs who absolutely, when they have a ball, they're outside and you throw a ball, all they want to do is chase that ball. My own dog, Magic, she's beside me here, I'll show her to you later on. If you're in a back garden with her and you throw a ball, she will chase after that ball all day long. There are other dogs who don't care about chasing ball at all. They will want to give little sniffs, or they want to maybe do a bit of digging. Some dogs love going on really long walks. Other dogs are kind of a bit lazy. They only like little strolls. So to be honest, it depends on the dog. And that's one of our jobs, is to kind of find out, well, what do the dogs like? Because you don't want to do something that they're not interested in. So we have to find out what the dogs are, what makes them happy, what makes them have fun. And that's what we do with them. So there you go.
We have a dog, Boss, a black German Shepherd at our house.
Oh, right. His name is Cross, is it?
Boss.
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 Oh. Is he the boss of your house?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the way it should be. Very good.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That's great. And do you want to go ahead, Darren and Shannon?
So, what's the most rewarding part of your job?
The most rewarding part of my job. So I suppose when my own job is that I do things like this, and I talk to generally children, though I do workshops with adults too. And I often go to schools with my own dog, Magic. Would you like to see my dog, Magic?
No.
Now, I have to give you a little warning. We've just moved into a new house and we're currently painting. So the house is a mess, but my dog is just lying in her bed at my feet. Magic. There she is asleep.
She's
Can you see her there?
beautiful.
Yeah. Now, it's very important. She's not really asleep. She's kind of just resting, but we never ever disturb a dog when they're resting. So if she was up, I'd let her come on my lap and she'd say hello to you. But when she's sleeping, we leave her be. But I think the thing that I think is so nice is sometimes I'll meet a child who's quite nervous of dogs. And that's not unusual. And they will be a little bit worried that Magic, they might be a bit scared of Magic. And when I'm in the classroom and that child maybe sees some other children giving Magic a little rub, they will then ask me, oh, can they give Magic a rub? And it's very important to always ask that. You never go up to a dog and rub them without asking the owner. And I think that's lovely, because I feel that child has maybe overcome maybe a little bit of anxiety about dogs. When I used to work in the center, the best thing was when a dog got a home. We rehomed, I think not quite 1,000 dogs last year. I think we rehomed about maybe 800 or 900 dogs last year. And most of those dogs are only in the center for maybe a few weeks or a month or two. But occasionally we will get a home for a dog that has been there a long, long time. So I talked about Fern earlier on. She was a dog I used to look after, and she was there 6 months. So after 6 months, it was so lovely that she finally found the right home. And we had a dog in Dogs Trust called Oscar. And Oscar was in Dogs Trust for years, like a couple of years, like I think maybe even 6 years, maybe even more actually. I never worked with Oscar myself, but he got a home last year after waiting for a long, long time. And that was an amazing day because finally we got, he found his home. And we always say there is a home for every dog. It just takes some dogs longer than others. So I think that's probably the most satisfying thing.
Thank you.
Sorry, my mute wasn't unmuting. That's great. Thank you so much. Stephen, do you want to ask the question for Ashford, or is our little man okay?
Hi, how's it going? We've had a bit of a cast change here, so this is Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, I'm going to ask the question anyway. How long can a dog be with you before it finds a home, and how much does it cost to rehome a dog?
It takes as long as it takes, to be honest. Like I said, Oscar was with us for an awful long time, a few years. Now that's unusual. That would be unusual. And Oscar would have been a dog that would have needed a very specific type of home. So Oscar was a little bit nervous around children. Was probably preferred to live in a home with no other dogs, and probably preferred a quiet home with, not in a neighborhood with lots of cars passing. So that he had a very specific requirement. Most of our dogs, when they come, they're with us, a couple of weeks. When a dog comes to us, we have to, they kind of go into a quarantine area just to make sure that, if they're ill, it won't get to any of the other dogs. And then they'll get an assessment. So one of our TBAs, that TBA is a training and behavior advisor. That's what TBA stands for. They will then have a little meeting with the dog after a week or two, an assessment. And that's just to find out, well, does this dog like other dogs? Does this dog like children? Does this, find out what they like. And then once we have built up their profile, we know what type of home. And it's just a case of waiting then for someone, the right family, to come. So we're happy to keep the dogs with us as long as it takes.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
That's great. Thank you. Arklow, Lauren, would you like to go ahead with your three?
Yeah.
How many dogs had new homes last year?
So how many dogs got new homes last year?
How many dogs got, oh, you're putting me on the spot now. It wasn't 1,000. It was less than, I'm going to say between 800 and 900, I think. Ooh, I probably should know that. I think it was between 800 and 900. I know that last year, because of lockdown, a lot of families were home. People were home more. And a lot of people thought, oh, this is great. I can take, we're home now, we can have a dog. So we actually had quite a bit of interest in dogs being adopted. The only worry is that we were hoping that those people, when life goes back to normal and people go back to work, you can't just send the dog back. When you adopt a dog, that's your dog for life. So our hope is that all the people who adopted dogs last year will keep them, because have you heard the expression, a dog is for life, not just for Christmas? Has anyone heard that?
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Yes. So we also say a dog is for life, not just for lockdown. So some people think, oh, I'll get a dog, it'll be great fun. But dogs are a lot of work. Dogs need to be walked, they need to be fed, they need to go to the vet. A little puppy looks really cute, but puppies grow into sometimes quite big dogs. And it's not fair to keep a puppy when they're small and cute and then get rid of it when it's inconvenient. So we would say, if you're getting a dog, you need to make sure you have kind of money to buy them all the things they need, space and time. They're the three most important things for a dog.
That's great. That's very important. Thank you so much. Will we go ahead with Katie there? Katie, would you like to ask a question?
Yeah. Who created Dogs Trust and why?
Oh my goodness, you're putting me on the spot. It's a lady called Clarissa. Oh, this is going on YouTube, so I need to get this right. What's her name? Clarissa. Anyway, her name is Clarissa, and she set up an organization called the Canine Defense League, something like that. And it was a relatively small charity. And then in the 90s, it was rebranded to Dogs Trust. And I think there was only about three centres in the UK in the 90s. And then when it was rebranded Dogs Trust, it became a much bigger charity. And the Irish Centre was built 10 years ago. And it celebrated, just recently had its 10-year anniversary, I believe. There was talk that we might have other centres in Ireland, but the centre in Dublin rehomes hundreds of dogs every year, and we also have a presence all over the country. We don't have centres, but we rehome dogs all over the country. So yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's great. And I think, oh, there's Trish. Now, Trish is actually working from home, so they actually have brought their dog with them.
Oh, who's that? Who's that I'm seeing?
That's Charlie.
Charlie. Hi, Charlie. What type of dog is Charlie?
He's a Moser.
He's a what?
A Moser.
A Moser?
He's like a Maltese and a Schnauzer.
Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. And what age is he?
He's just over a year.
Just over a year.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. And did you guys have a question?
And is your Dogs Trust, does it rely an awful lot on donations, and what kind of funding do you have to do and money raising?
Yes, we don't get any government funding, so all of our organization runs completely on donations from the public. So yeah, we're doing fundraising all the time. We also have a number of sponsor dogs. Do you remember I told you earlier on about Oscar, who was waiting in Dogs Trust a long time?
Yeah.
Well, we would have a few dogs like that would be dogs that are long-term dogs, that they are still looking for a home, and we believe they will get a home, but we know, it's a longer journey for them. So what we do is they become our sponsored dogs. So what we do is people can actually give money to the charity, and then that dog becomes their sponsored dog, and they get, every couple of weeks or months, they'll get a little letter from the dog finding out how they're getting on. They'll get photographs, and that would be a fantastic way to support Dogs Trust. And you're also finding out about these sponsored dogs, and everybody who sponsored Oscar would have got a big letter when he eventually got rehomed then. And yeah, so we have fundraising going on all the time. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's great. Thanks, Trish. And Sarah down at the end there, Sarah Kenny, has a little doggy who actually was a little bit unwell recently. He's better now. But Sarah, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, when somebody wants to adopt a dog from Dogs Trust, do you guys go out and view their home and garden and kind of interview them just to make sure that they're going to look after their little precious little doggies the best that they can?
Yes, that's a great question. Yes, we're very protective. We want to make sure our dogs go to the right home. So the adoption process, it's changed in the last year, because we would have had people come out to the centre, and now that's all only via appointment. So people fill out a survey on a questionnaire online, and then we contact them then, and then we try and match to make them with a dog. And yes, we have to go out and do a home check. That's just to make sure the garden is secure. And then once that we can confirm that the garden is secure, we can proceed with the adoption then. Yeah, and we'll do a little talk then about what to expect. If you're getting a puppy or if you're getting an adult, there's two different talks, because getting a dog, it's a big responsibility and it's a lot of work, particularly getting a puppy. I mean, puppies are fantastic, but they're an awful lot of work. So we'll give a little talk and kind of go through what to expect in the next couple of weeks and months. And we'll offer some training advice and things like that. So that's the adoption process.
That's great. Thanks so much, Paul. And Paul, if anyone wanted to donate to Dogs Trust, how would they do that?
Well, our website is www.dogstrust.ie, and there's a donation. There's a donate option there, so you can. And there's a number of ways you can make once-off donations. We have monthly donators who would give us you know, every month they would give us a certain amount of money. There could be a sponsored dog. You could sponsor one of our dogs that we mentioned earlier on. And then we also kind of, some people like to do fundraisers. So some people like, because I'm in the education department, so often I'll go to a school and the school would do something like a bake sale, maybe a few days before I get there, and then that might raise some money. Or they might do a non-uniform day where every child gives €1 and they don't have to wear the uniform that day. And then, so really, it's however, like there's loads of different ways to donate to Dogs Trust or to fundraise for Dogs Trust. I told you about the Dogs Trust website, which is dogstrust.ie, but we have a separate education website called learnwithdogstrust.ie, and we have a section there all about like how you as a group, if you're interested, can help fundraise for Dogs Trust, and there's all different activities and ideas there.
Thanks, Paul, for that. Just a quick question about sponsoring a dog. Say we decided to surprise a group of kids and sponsor a dog. How would that work?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it would be like, from the paperwork point of view, it would be just yourself, Amanda, you would just apply yourself, and then we would then send you out the information and you'd be able to share it with the class. So yeah, if you just go to dogstrust.ie and then sponsor dogs, it's one of the options, and it'll just talk you through the process, and you can pick which dog. There's a few different dogs, so you can have the option which you would like to sponsor.
Oh, that's great. Well, I think for this group here, I think a little bit of a surprise that Reyes Sunshine are going to sponsor a dog. So this group here are going to have to pick which dog. So they'll go on the site today, and we'll come back to you later on. And maybe we'll ask if he can be called Ray.
well, the dogs will have their name. They're dogs that are in the center already. There wouldn't be a new dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can give him a nickname. Or
yeah, exactly. Yeah. We'll know the dog as Ray.
Excellent. There's a lovely dog there called Bella. She's Bella Terrier, we call her, because there's another Bella who's not a terrier. And I actually took Bella in when I was a canine carer a few years ago. She's a lovely little pretty kind of Jack Russell cross, and she's lovely. So there's a few others. Have a look at them all, but I have a feeling the guys might like Bella.
Okay, great. Well, that's something they're going to work on today. Look, thank you so much for all your time. You were so helpful and interesting. Thank you.
Not at all. You'll have to send me the link to the YouTube video. It's going on YouTube, is that right?
Yeah, it's going to go on. The kids have their own YouTube channel where they do breaking news and interviews. And it's going to go on our Facebook for all the parents. And I will email you the link. And which dog that they picked to sponsor as well.
Oh, that's brilliant. And can I just say, guys, your parents are amazing, and yeah, they're doing a fantastic job. They're the superheroes. We read about Batman and Superman, but your parents are the real superheroes, so well done to them.
That's it. Yeah, all the essential services, that's it.
And you guys that are and the childcare workers as well, doing an amazing job, so fair play to you all.
Oh, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. I think we're going to try and sync a slán. Can we all come off mute and say slán at the same time? Let's see if we can do this. We tried practicing. Hey, 2, 3. I'll email you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.